come on. Hook. So here we are, just for a short Sunday saunter today. That's the road into Trundle, Yarravandi Road, and this is the road to Monomai, or whatever it's called. We've been down this road before when we went to the Trundle back in time thing a few months ago, and then we turned left and went to Black Range Road. Stop. And but today we're going to go straight ahead, which I think takes us back into Bogan Gate, but we'll see. We'll make some sort of a lap out of something or other. It's a funny day today. What is it, 2nd of August? And it's windy. That's right, windy. August is a windy month in Australia, isn't it? It makes this thing wander all over the road, of course. But that's okay. It is what it is and all that. Have I done anything with this bike? Apart from the instruments? Oh, I fixed one of the merit sockets, so now I have power to the socket on the coil cover there, so I can charge my phone, whatever. It seems to have power all the time. I've sort of been checking on the BMW forum, the K100 forum. No one's given any really coherent answer. Not yet anyway. Silly having a good time as usual. I think we went down that road before. Hollandvale Road, yeah. Lovely day except for the wind. It's pretty warm. I'm tossing up the idea of taking my jumper off. But as soon as you get to a reasonable speed, wind chill cools it down a bit with that wind blowing away. last weekend. Was it last weekend? I've forgotten already. Yeah, it would have been last weekend. Last Sunday. I went to EJ's. I just got one of those the other day, a second one of those. I should just come here and pick that one up. Yeah, I went to EJ's Easy Jam thing in Parks at the pub there, and played about 6 songs, sort of 2 groups of 3. You basically just put your name on the board and get up and play a few songs. I thought it's time I started playing live again, because I just, you know, otherwise I'll just end up not playing at all. So it's a cat. Is it a cat or a fucking rabbit? Oh, it's a bunny, yeah. It looked like a cat for a moment. A lot of gravel on this road. It's quite slippery, slidey. So yeah, there are all kinds of people playing. Hunter Rawson, who's a bit of a local sort of celebrity thing, he plays acoustic guitar and sings, you know. There's a bit of Paul Kelly about him, in fact in looks as well. And he was good. And there was sort of combinations got up and played, you know. There was one old couple who'd got up. They'd have to be, you know, in their 80s, I suppose. And he played the guitar and sang, and she played a piano accordion. I haven't seen a piano accordion for ages. It reminded me immediately of that time in Leipzig. There was an Irish pub that opened up there in the early 90s by a little Irish guy called Noel, and the pub's called Killiwilly, and it's still there, though I believe Noel sold it and went off to do something else, you know. Anyway, they had this Irish band there one night, and I'd had several large German beers, you know, and I just said it as a joke, because it is a joke. I said to the guy, and they were Irishmen, you know, I said, do you know what a definition of good taste is? He's like, I don't know. And I said, like, it's being able to play the piano accordion, but choosing not to. It still makes me giggle, but it didn't make him giggle at all. He wanted to fight me. He got quite offended by it. No, it's all right, you know, just sorted it out. I, you know, just said it was just a joke. And anyway, this old couple played sort of very traditional old bush ballad type stuff, and they, you know, they're old people and they sounded like old people, but I really enjoyed it, like just like their style somehow, you know. So that was fun. And then there was another lot that got up, and there was a girl playing saxophone. I say a girl, she'd be in her 50s, I suppose. And a bloke on bass, bloke on drums, another old guy, 70 something, on the electric guitar. Oh, sorry, he wasn't playing electric guitar, or was he? I can't remember. I think he must have been a Strat or something like that. And oh, got him. And Cookies Lane, Ganantagi Road. I don't even know how to pronounce half these words. I'm not au fait with Wiradjuri stuff. Sometimes their words don't look indigenous to me, you know. Sometimes a bit Indonesian, sometimes like French, you know, mon ami or whatever it's called. Now we're on to Cronin's Lane, apparently. Some people have put in crops and some people haven't. That might be that they didn't put in a crop, or it might be just that field's fallow this year or whatever. Anyway, that lot were a bit too jazz for my liking. But the old guy on the guitar, who was literally had a walking frame sort of thing to get off on stage, you know, was 10 times better on the guitar than I'll ever be. You know, in that jazz kind of way, which, as I said, I'm not a great fan of jazz. It's too much syncopations, barely enough and all that. But they were pretty good at what they did. In fact, you know, everyone was pretty good. I missed a few people because I had to sort of leave early. It goes from 2 o'clock till whenever they finish, you know. I missed this girl Courtney, who calls herself D-Verse, as in D-double-E verse, and she's got quite a big voice, this girl. But I had to leave early because, you know, I had Tilly in the car, and, you know, didn't want to leave her there too long if I didn't have to. You know, if I was actually playing at a gig for 2 or 3 hours, it'd be a different story. But of course I was there for 2 or 3 hours anyway. Anyway, it was good, and it was good to meet some people and network a bit. And, you know, I paid membership and joined the thing for a year, you know, and who knows, some contacts might come out of it. And in fact, today on Facebook, on their page, they put up a submission form for paid gigs around Parks area for some festivals coming up or something like that. So I put in an entry form for that. So who knows, something might come of it. Get me out of the house, make me stop drinking too much. Oh, right. Okay, Cronin's Lane, yeah, okay. So this is back to the old Henry Parks way. Haven't really made up my mind quite what we're going to do. Ooh, got him. Whether we're going to go to whether we might go up to as far as Tullamore and get some bad road food for lunch kind of thing, and maybe see if the Kawasaki kid's at home, or just go back up to Black Range Road and cut across towards back to Yarrabandi Road that way, just to make a shorter ride out of it. Go home and have some half decent food for lunch at home. We'll see. The latter is starting to become more appealing because of the wind. Well, of course we could go to the pub in Bogan Gate and have something to eat there, but I don't think so. They're too expensive for my liking. I don't know know why this is such a terrible road, but it is, you know, it's just... The back roads are better than this road, and this is supposed to be a main road. This is a rough old route. That's why I go back a gear and slow down. The wind appears to be a northerly. Which is probably why it's warm underneath, as it were. Bogan Gate. It's an unfortunate name for a place in Australia, because Bogan in modern parlance, you know, means, well, if you're in America it'd be like trailer trash, or if you're in England it's like a chab or something, you know. And you know, what can I say? But apparently it has been at different times quite a thriving community. There's the Bogan Gate pub there. Alright, you can stop shaking your head now. Shakes its head more than a bloody mother-in-law. Now somewhere around here is supposed to be... Oh, there, okay. That's where the recycling bins are. Australia loves a good piece of field, and why not? All these little places contributed to basically all the wars Australia's ever been in. From the Boer War to the First, Second World War, Korea, Vietnam. The Bogan Gate. Just got to make sure. I don't think I've ever seen a train on these branch lines, but they do run, carrying grain, of course. I suppose I better be keeping a bit of an eye out for the turn-off at Black Range Road. Can't remember where exactly it is. I think it's a fair way up towards Trundle though. Well, it's not that one anyway. Now if I miss it I'll just end up in Trundle. And so I've discovered, I can't believe it, the trip meter on this doesn't work either. No, I'm just going to leave it. Well, this is it. So I was going to pop in there and have a little let Tilly run around a bit, but looking a bit muddy in there actually. We could go in this way. Oh, I think we'll just... No, I think we will actually. Let her have a bit of a run around, give her a bit of a drink. Give me a bit of a drink too, actually. Right,